Hi everybody, Mark here with today's song. The next in our series of songs that were made famous by one artist, but were written by a way more famous one. Although today it's more written with. I have to say up front, there are going to be a lot of caveats to today's that you're going to kind of have to take with a grain of salt. But there are also too many elements to it that were just too cool not to do. So we're doing it. And the song is Fame by David Bowie. Now I know what you're thinking right off the bat. Who could be more famous than David Bowie? The guy's an icon. I can't think of anyone who's more famous than him. Well, I can. John Lennon. That's right. The song was written with the former Beatle during a time when both were living in New York and working on a lot of music together. Now, again, John's contributions to the song are somewhat debatable. Several of the songwriters that were there have said that John maybe did just enough to get his name on it, whereas John had on occasion told us a version of the story where he was the driving force. So who knows, although it does seem that the songwriters were probably more correct. We do know that the idea for the song came from Bowie. Having written songs about striving for fame and wanting to be famous for his epic and seminal Ziggy Stardust album. It was a David Bowie album. He wanted to now explore the dark side of fame because it was the mid-70s and he was experiencing it, most notably in that he was embroiled in several costly lawsuits with managers who had screwed him over, for lack of a better word, big time. So he was not loving fame at that point. So he came up with the conceit. His frequent songwriting collaborator, Carlos Alomar, came up with the famous riff. And John, though, is said to have contributed a lot to the lyrics because I guess, big surprise, if you're doing a song about just how crazy fame can get, a former Beatle might have some insight into that. And John also performs on the song, although many people didn't realize it. There's a distorted falsetto throughout the song that butts in and goes, fame, and that was actually John. And at the end of the song, the falsetto goes down 3 octaves from what Bowie's biographer described as Yoko Ono falsetto down to Johnny Cash basso profundo. And while it's being distorted, there's a moment right in the middle when it's not distorted and you can hear a very familiar Liverpudlian accent say fame. So that was John, pretty obviously, if you knew what to listen for. If you want to hear the song, you can click the link in the description below. And if you like what we're doing here, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll be back tomorrow with another song. Bye-bye.